said, you know, don't raise my big blind unless you got a hand.
And now, wow, it is Juan who has moved all in, Mike.
Wow.
Juan putting Erik to the test now. I can't even, Mike, I'm lost for words. I can't say what they're thinking. These guys are playing at a different level to I can comprehend.
Oh.
What's up, poker fans? Welcome back to another Black Cash Poker video, where we bring you the best highlights and moments of the most entertaining poker events. Before getting into it, we would like to ask you guys to hit the like button and subscribe if you enjoy our videos, as your support is allowing us to continue posting videos consistently.
5,000, 250,000, button posting an ante of 250,000. For the first time this tournament, Mike, these guys playing nine-handed, as it is our final table.
Well, that's because 9 places paid the money, so that's where we cut it off. But without a pay jump, going from 9th to 8th, it'll be interesting to see if they clash. Well, here she's got 2 aces early on at this final table.
I think she'll be hoping for clashing here. She does raise it up, and 1.
That was at an event at the World Series of Poker, where Howard Letter and Annie Duke, brother and sister, were at the same table. And she raised, and he 3-bet. She moved in, and he called, and she had 2 aces and knocked him out. And she was almost in tears because she knocked him out of the main event. But, you know, what did he think she had? My God.
What did he get in with?
Yeah.
And here we go. Straight away, 1. 3-bets Kristen's Open. Makes it 1.5 million to go. This is the dream start.
Yeah.
You look down at aces, first hand raise, get 3-bet.
It's incredible. And Kristen just taking her time here, lollygagging around. Will she just call?
She does just call. Sets the trap. Like you say, these guys aren't worried about ladding up. They want to protect their hand. They're all gunning for 700,000 now. So Kristen has got 1 in terrible shape. 1 will actually be hoping to miss this flop. Otherwise, I think he'll be doubling Kristen up.
She knows that, a perfect setup for Kristen.
There it is. King, Jack, 7, 2
She's got
spades.
the kings.
She even got the spades covered.
She's going to check. He's going to bet. She's going to move all in. And he's probably going to call.
I mean, he actually may check this one back, but I still think it gets in by the river. Check it back because he thinks Kristen's just going to fold too often the flop and try and value bet her down the streets.
Yep.
Sure enough, he does go for 900,000. Looks like, yeah, I think she'll just call here and
I think
pretend to be weak. Make out she's got hand like 10s or ace jack.
I disagree. I think she's going to move in.
I like the call. I think that's what she's going to go for. Oh, she has moved all in, Mike. You got this one right. 1-0 to you. And he does call, of course, with his king, queen. And, well, great turn card for the 7 of spades. Yeah. Removes the queen as an out. 1 can only win this pot now with 1 of the 2 remaining kings. And it is a spade. Kristen improves the nut flush.
Well, just like that, Kristen doubles up early on at this final table. What a way to start. She does raise to 600,000. You just want her back in the room this morning. If he said, you know, don't raise my big blind unless you got a hand.
A little smile. This is great.
Oh, boy.
Sure. And he does call with the queen.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, put love aside. We could be hitting a divorce court if Alexander beats her in this pot.
Jack 10-5. He does pop a gut shot, but Kristen makes second pair.
Well, at least it sends a signal to the rest of the table that they're not going to slow play each other. They're playing to win. Just put love aside for the moment. Check, check.
A little smiling. Well, here we go. Gin. Alex turns the straight. And it's funny, we've seen him stare down all his opponents when he's in pots. Against her, he's looking and smiling, Mike. A little different. Hard to stare down the girlfriend.
Well, he's checked the straight here. Now, you don't know if we're soft playing each other or he's just trying to really get her to go. And oh my God.
He knows she's going to bet this turn a lot, and she does indeed bet.
She's betting 400,000, but I would guess he'd bump it up to about $1 million just to let her know, hey, you better hit the road.
Depends how friendly they play. Ultimately, I like to see him cool here. Not that many bad cards for him.
1,050,000.
There you go. Yeah. She does make it 1. He does make it 1 million. Sorry. And so that smile's gone from Kristen's face.
She's gonna fold now. She's saying, if you're stealing this pot, you're in big trouble.
She does fold.
Oh boy. Well, there you go.
Are you showing the bad one or a good one?
Can't show you a bad one.
No real option.
Wow, he just calls. A little surprised at that, because if he doesn't hit an ace or a queen, he could get this pot easily taken away from him. As you see, he puts up the bandito, he puts his mask on. Well, an ace comes out, and an ace-8 for Mateos. What a flop for him. I have a feeling Orpen's going to be hitting the road.
Yeah. The only hope for him is, I mean, he just calls here and a diamond comes off to freeze the action. This is
So you might as well just get it in there.
unfortunate flop for him.
Well,
He does just call. Maybe like to
Wow.
take one card off. So hand will get a lot stronger if there's no diamond on the turn.
yeah. There's no diamond on the turn. I can't imagine how it's not all going in.
And that is the card that will seal it. I fear Mateos won't slow down.
Did he check the ace-queen?
Oh, he has just moved all in.
Yeah. He is setting his opponent all in is what he's doing.
He got called quickly, and he didn't like it because he got called so quickly, but it's the one.
But right now, it's going to be the long walk, unless the queen comes off. It's an ace.
Yeah.
Good game.
Mateos improves to the nuts. Aces for the eights. Orpen. Then the first man out for 60,000 euros. Well, here's Kristen with ace, queen of diamonds on the button.
Yeah.
It's a nice spot to find that hand.
Yes, it is. So she's going to raise it up.
And to the boyfriend's big blind.
725 is the bet. He called her last time with the queen-8 offsuit, ended up making a straight to beat her.
Well, this is a much better hand than queen-8.
This
Jack
time
10.
he's got jack 10.
He's playing under 20 big blinds.
Yeah. Oh, he's going to get a scolding back to the room if he plays this. For those who just tuned in,
He does just call.
Alexander and Kristen are boyfriend and girlfriend. Both have made this final table in the high roller event.
How many pinks do you
And
have?
now she's raised twice on the button. He's played twice.
Okay.
I had 5.85 to start.
Okay.
Oh, well. Queen, jack, flop. Kristen with top pair, Alex with second pair. And she's surely going to bet this. And I can't see, if you're calling with jack 10, you're not just check folding queen, jack 4, Mike. He's going to get himself in some trouble here.
There's just too many draw possibilities out there for her to check this. She has to bet here. She bet 600,000. And he does make the call.
So the pot's swelling. Mike 3.1 in there. Alex has 4 million behind.
Yep.
And
Now
that
3.
card no good for him. Kristen will be pretty confident about her hand.
All right, Kristen, come on, give us a bet here. Yeah, worst
She
you're going to do
moves.
is double up your boyfriend.
She moves all in. Put him to the test. Of course, he has a 10 in his hand, which is not a good card.
Yeah,
and he
no,
does
I'd be
fold.
shocked. You just can't think that she's going to bluff her boyfriend out in that spot. Oh, he's curious now, though.
Sorry?
And always trying to bluff me. Or succeeding.
I don't know if I've ever bluffed you in my life. Once.
Yeah. Maybe in a 50-cent home game.
Yeah.
Not when you're playing for 700,000 quid.
Pretty incredible there.
And this year, the one drop back in Las Vegas at the World Series of Poker, and the buy-in 1 million once again.
You playing this one, Mike?
At the moment, I am not playing this one. I played the original, was fortunate to get in it, and it was exciting. It was historical.
Wow.
I cashed. And I played the 100,000 tournament the following year. I cashed in that as well. So
43.
I'm 2 for 2 in one drops. Maybe I'll just
4 million.
retire at that.
Well, it looks like Kristen's raised this one up. Mateos is just flat ace-king on the button,
Oh, boy.
and that's going to spell trouble for Kristen because they have both flopped a king.
And both have a lot of chips.
And there's no way she's going to put him on ace-king when he's just flat called pre-flop, Mike.
Nope. You're right.
And she does check it over to him.
Well, she's checked it for the check raise or just to keep trying to trap him.
I think, yeah, she's going to play this as a check call, and the problem for her is he has such a good hand, he's going to bet all 3 streets with. So unless some scare cards come off or a queen,
Oh, my gosh.
she's going to lose a lot of chips here.
Yep.
She thinks, oh, I've got him.
Yeah.
I'm just going to pretend I'm weak, and he's going to bluff me off. And she doesn't realize he's sat there with top pair, top kicker.
I tell you, Mateos has the most calm face, doesn't he?
And a terrible turn card for Kristen.
Yeah. Kristen is
You know,
going for chips, just a matter of how many. Can she control her losses?
one of the hands she might be worried about would be a set deuces now. Very, very unlikely.
It's not going to call a raise with a deuce in his hand. You're not going to put him on that. You'd think he would have raised if he had 2 10s or ace king. That didn't happen.
So she's
checking, trapping him, thinking she's got the best hand for sure.
Yeah. The only hand she probably thinks she loses to is king 10.
And now the bet's starting to get up there.
It looks very bluffy.
Oh boy. It's draw heavy too. Possible straight, possible flush out there.
2.2 million in the bet, and she does call. So
She's
huge
just
pot
gonna
building
call.
here, Mike. Just under 8 million in there.
And if he puts her on a king, he's going to make a big wager on the river.
And, well, backdoor spades do get there, but I don't think that.
No, that's not going to play a factor of this pot. You don't figure in backdoor flushes. And I think he's going to try to get a nice bet in the river.
5.2 million.
And
Yep.
you're right, 5.2. He's going big.
Yep. And I don't see her getting away from this hand. I just don't see it.
She would be worried about a hand like ace-jack.
And he's going to reap all the benefits of this now. You know, he had made a big 3-bet before the flop. She's liable to throw the king-queen away. As it is, he's going to pick up another 7 or 8 million. If she calls.
Promise you, the spade is what's worrying her.
And she's trying to sort it out. She's shuffling her time buttons. I'll be shocked if 1 or 2 of them don't go in the pot here. Meaning you want more time to think about this hand, and certainly she deserves more time to think about it. She's not going to have a bigger decision at this final table. But she knows if
she folds.
Wow, what a laydown.
Okay.
What a laydown by Kristen there. That is impressive, folks. I got to tell you that. You have to put the guy on slow playing a big duke before the flop. She did that. Wow. That was well played by both players. This is just fun to watch. Just incredible to me that she could get away from that hand.
And Kempe with queen 8. Same suit in the big blind defense.
Yep.
2 big stacks going at it, Mike.
He's going to take a flop.
3 spade flop, we'll see some carnage. And, well, there's 1 spade.
Yeah, we got 1 spade out of it, so.
Andreas with a gut shot to Broadway.
Yeah, I think it's going to go check, bet, fold. We saw the check. Here comes the bet. And soon you're going to see the fold. Well, not so soon.
He may think he's got the best hand, but I can't really see him proceeding here.
Can't think he has the best hand with queen eye. You might think he might have 2 10s, and if you raise it, you could get him off of it. But
That's going to be painful, isn't it?
I just can't
Yes
see.
or no?
Wow.
He does
He does check raise here.
Oh, he's called. He's called.
Save me the
He obviously
pain.
thinks he's got best hand against the button range. But I think it's going to be hard to play, but here we go.
boy.
They both pick up a flush draw, Mike. Board has paired, though.
Well,
Yeah.
neither one of them going anywhere. Wow. He just called. That shocks me. I could easily see a check raise there, but now a call. What do you do
Probably
now?
Everyone says I
It's
should
interesting. He's
call.
calling without, you know. You can
Well, he's
see
going to bet now because he got the flush
I'm
draw.
sure.
But he's going to get called, and no, he checked the flush
check.
draw.
He's obviously hoping at this point Andreas gives up and then he can bet
Yeah.
the river or maybe win at Showdown. But Andreas, you can see, has picked up a flush draw to go with his gut shot. This would be a good spot to fire a second barrel, really put the pressure on Kempe if he had a hand like a king.
I think Andreas is going to be happy to get a free card off. The guy called him on the flop, but I'm wrong. He's getting out some heavy artillery.
Well, yeah, he's going for over the pot, looks like here. 3.4 million
Wow.
to 3.15 pot.
Look at that bet by Andreas. Now, these are the 2 Germans battling it out here, but no love for country here. Do you want to put your money in to draw the flush? There is an outside chance you could be drawing dead, but he's never going to bet that much money with a full house, so you know you're not drawing dead here. What'd he say?
Wow.
All in. Is that what he said?
No. Oh, no, he said cool.
Oh my gosh.
I thought I heard all in there as well, Mike.
I thought the same thing, but
Well, I'll tell you what, Kempe's not calling this just because he's got flush draw. He thinks there's a chance he's ahead here. And, well, unfortunately for him, Andreas is a brute. But Andreas won't think a jack's ever good here. So the decision will be on him whether he wants to bluff. There's no way he thinks a jack is good. You wouldn't expect Kempe to check call over pot size bet on the turn with just a flush draw. Kempe legitimately thought he had the best hand on the turn some of the time.
I think Kempe thinks the guy might have tens or maybe king, 2 kings in this spot. Maybe a big bet will get him off of it.
And it goes check, check. And Andreas is shocked to find out he wins this pot with his jack. He gave up his bluff. Kempe will feel a little sick on that one.
Well, a deep sigh by Kempe there. Knows if he check raise a flop, he could have won the pot.
Well, he got himself in a 9 million chip pot, Mike, where the guy had to hit a queen jack or 10 on the river.
Yep.
Just unlucky.
That sure
Came up
was.
queen. A bit like the hand we saw yesterday when Mateos rivered the queen of diamonds. A queen with his diamond draw.
It was, yeah, because I believe if he misses, it just goes check, check on the river, and he wins with queen high.
Yeah, and then it suited.
Yeah. I think he's going to call here and look at the flop.
He does.
In position on the button.
Nice hand that, Mike. King jack suited.
You like to see flops with it, that's for sure, especially in position.
And it will allow Kristen to come in cheaply, and she has jack 8 suited.
Yeah. I think she's going to call as well. I think we'll see a 3-way pot here.
Yeah, 400,000 more to 2.4 million or in the pot.
I would call it.
Me too, and she will. Fairly confident. And she does. So 3-way Mike.
Yep. Just as we predicted, 3-way action here.
Ace 10-10 flop. Mateos still with the best hand, but he won't like that board. Erik won't feel too upset with that. He has pops a gut shot and a backdoor flush draw. And all players check, and now Erik we see has the best hand because the board has double paired. Mateos left with just 7 high.
Well, but will Mateos make a bet since they both check the flop? Knowing the situation, he knows he's dead unless he bets at this pot, and he does that.
I think he'll take one step. He knows Kristen's calling very wide, and he's just hoping here that Erik's called with a pair as well, a pocket pair, and is being counterfeited.
But Erik could well sort this out that the guy's got a pair of 9s or worse.
Oh, Erik's not folding king high in this spot when Mateos has checked his flop. He doesn't think he has any of that. He thinks Mateos might have a king high himself, I'd imagine. So he will call. And I don't expect Mateos to put any more chips in this spot. I don't think he's going to fire again. Because Seidel can have an ace or a 10 himself. He could well have checked those hands back on the button. So it would be a pretty ballsy bluff. And I think we'll just go
Mateos
check, and Erik will have to
he's waving
win
the
pot.
white flag. Erik Seidel correctly calls him with the king high and wins the pot.
But again, I think perfect play from both players there. She will feel like she's getting bashed up. Not much she could do there. She had to raise the ace-10 suited.
Now Byron's got the ducks, and I believe he'll move all in with them.
Yeah. He only has 6 big blinds.
Yep.
No decision here with a pair.
Yep.
And Mateos instantly asks for a count. Not what you want to hear.
Yep.
And Erik with ace-4 on the small blind. I don't think he'll be folding.
No, I believe he's going to call as well. And there it is.
He has to be careful, though, of course. He has to have Kempe behind.
1.9, right?
Reina, queen 9 offsuit, gives it up. So here we have Byron at risk, pocket deuces against the ace-4 suited of Erik Seidel. Jack 9-7, no help.
Pair twice where Erik would win it as well, but now Erik must catch an ace or a 4 on the river. And the ducks are quacking.
The blinds with worse.
He's definitely going to raise, and he's not going to fold. In case anybody decides to get frisky and re-raise.
Whoa.
Oh, Kristen.
And we have Kristen,
Look
just
at
6 million in
this.
pocket jacks. Dreamy scenario.
This is a dream scenario. It was right for her.
Just making out it's a tougher decision than it actually is. She's dancing in that head of hers. And Reina's sat there going, please shove, please shove.
Yep, she does go all in. And going all in looks weaker.
And he calls and
Installing a snap call with 2 10s. Kristen in great shape again to double up at this final table. That's a pretty standard hand that plays itself.
Oh,
A 10 right in the door. Unbelievable. Kristen shakes her head in disbelief. Flush draw as well.
But 5 on the turn leaves her needing just one of the remaining 2 jacks, or she will be the 8th place finisher at this 25K super high roller.
Well, this is the cruelty of poker right here, folks. You're seeing it.
That is
Just tough luck for Kristen Bicknell right there. You can't get your hand in any better before the flop with pair over pair. She did that and unfortunately got knocked out. Kiss from her boyfriend who's still at the final table, but
Yeah? Okay. Yay.
that is pretty brutal.
and Mateos just
Wow.
told her what he had in that hand that she folded. So at least she feels good at
Yeah.
walking away. She made a fold in that hand.
Really played terrific. She really did. Just got unlucky. It happens all the time in poker. You just hope it doesn't happen to you, but that is just a tough break for Kristen. It really is.
Yeah, a bit of a roller coaster day. Obviously got to a flying start and then series of unfortunate hands.
I think they've already got 50 players. They're going to exceed that for sure.
Well, here we go. Alexander Foxen shoves the first hand back on the button with Queen 8. Mateos makes the call from the big blind with King 6 of spades. It is Foxen at risk of elimination.
She just got broke in the last spot.
Oh,
A 5 comes off. That's going to do it for Alexander Foxen.
Thank you.
First time I've seen him play. Getting to the final table. Pretty impressive stuff.
yeah, nothing really went right for Alex on this final table.
Rainer Kempe here. Gonna make a call here with the Jack 10.
How much you play more or less, right? 18 million before the hand.
These are two of the best who know each other well. Mateos and Kempe going at it yet again.
Well, Kempe does flop a second pair. Mateos with a nut flush draw, Mike.
Yep. Could see a little action here.
Mateos has put a C-bet out, 850,000.
This is going to be a bad call, I predict. And that's exactly the scenario.
Almost exactly the same board we saw Alex and Kristen play out before. Jack 10 for Alex on a Queen Jack 4 board that time. He check called and then fold the turn well.
That'll be interesting to see what happens if it goes check, check, or if indeed Mateos will fire a second shell here.
He will fire again.
Wow.
Trying to put pressure on exactly the kind of hand
And heavy artillery.
Rainer has. But we saw Rainer earlier check called twice with Queen High. So this is second pair, Mike. This is a monster to him.
So just not a happy scenario at all.
It works. Can
you
be
have to
forced to fold his Jack.
Yeah.
Even 8.
So Rainer with the minimum raise to 800,000. Byron under 10 big blinds with 6-7 in the big.
Because you have to put the small blind and then the ante on the button the next hand. He might well play this hand.
He does elect to call. Exactly that reasoning, Mike. He's going to have to post a lot in these 3 hands in the button ante.
Yeah, if he comes anywhere near this flop, he's going to bet it.
2.2 in the pot. He only has 2.3 back, and well, good door card for him, Mike, with a 5, but it didn't go very well from there. Queen 10 rolling out behind. Rainer out in front with his king high. But he won't fall too happy about this flop. He may be worried that Byron's calling with high cards quite often and won't be folding this flop if he has them.
But you just have to suspect if the guy caught any part of the flop, he's just going to move in with his chip stack. So Rainer has figured that out and makes a bet. That is just nicely done. So many people would check in that spot.
A tiny bet. He bets 400,000 minimum bet into the 2.2 pot. But it works because the Times Caveman has absolutely nothing. He just has to fold. He can't bluff you with his chip stack.
Just a brilliant min bet there by Rainer. It shows you don't have to bet a lot. You get the same information by betting a little. Well, Byron moving all in with a 6-5 suited. He's got his button ante out there. He's just going for it right here.
Yep, just 4 big blinds in his stack.
Byron could be making this move with any 2 cards.
It does cool.
So
Byron will get the bad news that he's dominated.
Yeah, he has.
Jack 10-4, no help. He does have a backdoor diamond draw.
As you said, he hung tough with a short stack for a long time.
And Mike, the ace of spades, That's all there is for Byron Kaverman in this event.
Yep, the phenomenal American player, Byron Kaverman, out in 6th place.
Adrian Mateos, Andreas there, Erik Seidel, Reina Kempe. And Juan. This is... You're going to need a lot of luck to win this tournament today.
Yeah, you will. Remember, there's $1 million out there every pot before somebody acts. Because there's so much money out there, Juan is going to make a call here out of the big blind with the 7-3 suited. Don't blame him for that. And now he's flopped second pair. Erik with top pair. Erik going to make the continuation bet
And
after Juan's check. And I think, as you say, you flop middle pair, you take one off.
And you've got to call at least once. You know, Erik's going to see bet ace high board, very high frequency, with and without the hand.
Yeah, he could easily have Jack 10, Jack 9, King Jack, any of those kind of hands he's going to bet again. So you do call when you hit a pair. But you better get a little more help if you want to win this pot.
Deuce on the turn changes nothing.
That's a dream card for Erik Seidel in case his opponent's got a straight draw, has one of those middle pairs. Just going to put a little wager out there, hoping he comes again.
He has bet, let's think about 1.4 million, a little under. Now Juan is in a tough spot. Flop was easy, you just got to check call. Now when the guy bets a second time and you've got a second pair, then you've got 4.6 million back. He's with this, effectively there's 1.4 million, he's put Juan to the test for his entire stack.
Well,
and Juan knows that he can do this with...
He's got to have an ace here. He's not going to make a second bet probably with 2 10s or 2 jacks.
Right, exactly that. So Juan knows it's either that or some sort of draw or just complete bluff. But by betting just 1.4 million, Juan has effectively been put to the test for the lot. For his 4.6, because he's going to shove here or call. Shove here or fold, sorry. Can't allow Erik to hit an overcard.
Very tough spot for Juan. He knows if Erik doesn't put him on an ace, he didn't re-raise before the flop, that he could be betting any 2 cards in this spot.
He does move all in.
He does go all in. Erik will call him. Takes a deep swallow there.
Yeah, maybe he sees something he doesn't like, but
no way he can going to call for this.
He's going to call, yeah
no question. Guy's going to re-raise him with ace king or ace queen before the flop. Erik does beat him in the pot.
Oh, sorry, Juan. I thought Juan had moved all in. I thought he said the words all in, but he obviously just did call the turn.
Oh.
It looked like he said all in, but he must have said call instead.
Oh, there you go, check now.
That's
with that card coming off.
Well, it's a terrible card for Juan because some of the hands you were beating, like straight draws, hand like 8-9, 8-10, and flush draws have got there. And now, wow, it is Juan who has moved all in, Mike.
Wow.
Juan putting Erik to the test now. Maybe thinking Erik might have a hand like that. He does want to let him win if he's paired his 8 on the end.
That's incredible. What a bet. He has put Erik Seidel in a tough spot here. You see Erik squirming around in the seat here, thinking, wow, maybe this guy made a straight, maybe he made 2 pair, maybe he made a flush.
Yeah, I mean, if he had like 7-8, 6-8, you can say a flush draw. 4-5 obviously gets there. This is a horrible spot for Erik. Seriously strong play from the Spaniard.
Really is a good play. Erik Seidel in a tough spot here. Trying to sort it out. He's saying, you telling me with his chip stack he wouldn't have raised me on the flop? Wow. He lays it down. Juan played that hand the only way he could win it. The only way.
Yeah. Can't win it on the flop, can't win it on the turn. The only way he could win it was on the river with a bluff. All in for half the pot.
Wow, that was impressive.
If you guys would like to see more final table highlights from the biggest events in the world, make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications, as we do our best to provide highlights on a weekly basis. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of the video.
All right, Rainer going to raise it up with the king 6 of diamonds here.
Well, I think it means something in Greek. I'm not sure. Not a word fit for stream. But as a Spaniard, it maybe means something completely different. I see he's wearing the shirt's a Malaga football club shirt.
Oh, it is, okay.
So obviously a Malaga fan.
Have you ever been to a Barcelona football game here? That's soccer game.
It's the thing you have to do if you come to Barcelona. You really got to try and get to one.
I would like to do that.
I think they're playing this Saturday, Mike.
They
this
are?
weekend, yeah.
Coming up this Saturday.
Yeah, so maybe if you're not winning the main event.
Yeah, if I'm not in the main event final table, I think I'd like to go.
We give you a little pass for a few hours. You can leave the booth and get up there to the new camp.
I would like to see one.
100,000 fans.
Yeah, that's a
We get in
typical
that place.
football game in America.
It's true. A little atmosphere to the NFL in the Spanish League. Speaking of the Spanish League, here's the top of the Spanish League, Adrian Mateos, and everything's going right.
Oh my gosh, look
He
at
improves to kings up. Reina.
This could spell big trouble for Rainer here.
There's a pair and a gut shot. Must be, and well, Mateos has checked it, knowing Reina's likely to bet this card so often.
And he's going to get check raised.
I think you're right. And Kempe is going to be in a tough decision with top pair and a gut shot. I can't see him folding if he does get raised. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. He hasn't bet just yet.
Yeah, he's going to bet though. Don't worry about that.
1.8.
And he's going to get raised.
1.9 million in fact. Mateos in Dreamland.
He's got kings up. And you're up against a tough guy like this. He's going to make the call here.
Yeah, he's going to have to call at least this bet. You can still win this pot.
And
4
he's
or a 6.
Yeah. You get a chop if a 7 comes off. He'll win if a 7 comes off as well.
Oh, you're quite right. He does win if it comes to 7. That'd be an unlikely way to do it. Confirmation there of his 10 outs. And it is the 7. Mike called
the
it.
7. Oh my golly. Just amazing.
And that is the worst card on the deck for Mateos.
Yeah, it sure is. I look forward to go check here. This would be incredible if you put your opponent on king 10 or king 9 in this spot.
And he does
and
check.
You bet to win the pot.
Expects Kempe to check back here. Be very thin going for value in this spot. You either get check raised on the turn as a bluff, or your man had it.
I think he's going to check. What can you get paid off with? Oh my gosh!
Wow!
You've got to be kidding me!
Count, please.
Wow!
This is incredible. I mean incredible. Wow. And Mateos could pay him off with the 2 kings in this spot. Maybe he's trying to represent 7-6 where he makes 3 7s on the river.
I can't even, Mike, I'm lost for words. I can't say what they're thinking. These guys are playing at a different level to I can comprehend.
Oh.
I can understand why Mateos wants to call here because there aren't many hands Reina can jam this river with.
Marinella, if you can hear us, stop the game after this hand and ask Rainer Kempe if he thinks he was bluffing that hand or not. Wow.
In show 1, he was asked.
Do you have one spade? Do you have a spade or not?
I don't have a spade.
He didn't have a spade.
He was asked to show 1, and he didn't want to show 1 because they both meant something.
He would have had to show the 6.
Yeah, which made a straight possible. Well, I mean, that was...
Oh, what a bet.
It's very often, Mike, I don't know what's going on in the pot, but I'm not sure what he was doing there with that river bet.
That's why I'd like to interview him right now and ask him. Were you trying to get him off King Jack? Were you trying to represent 3 7s?
And of course, Mormon. Always a danger in any tournament. King 7-3 this flop. Andreas takes the lead. Bottom pair and a backdoor flush draw. One with just the backdoor nut flush draw with his ace of hearts.
Ladies and dealers in game 1C, if you started the shuffle, please finish the hand. Otherwise, raise your blinds to 8,000, 16,000 with a 16,000.
He does bet 750,000.
1C, 8,000, 16,000.
Again, another one of these bets, Mike. He figures out the best hand most of the time. He's just praying to try and stop Andreas out drawing him. And of course, if he is called, there are plenty of good turn cards he can keep betting on.
And this is where it gets tough when you got bottom pair. Take one off, that's what you say. Backdoor flush, backdoor straight. You got a pair. So the James Dempsey theory of take one off when you flop a pair.
Just always be calling.
Applies here.
ABC. Well, that's a good turn card for him.
Yeah. Now you're going to take off another one.
He's losing to a 7 anyway, so it's good to see another one of the man. It gives him a flush draw.
predict this will go check, check.
Yeah, hard for Juan to
Well,
bet
the
that
ace-
again. Queen on the river.
That'll be interesting to see if Juan will bet this.
I expect again, Mike, it will go check, check. One can beat some hands still. He can beat some missed flush draws, straight draws. He's also wary that Andreas will check a lot of hands over to him to call with. He had a hand like king, or maybe the queen of hearts in his hand with a flush draw.
Yeah, the ace is check down value. If he had something like 8-9, even then you'd beat a straight draw, but not a flush draw. But interesting to see if Juan bets here. I think you have check down value with the ace.
4.5 in the pot. He has 11.1 back.
He's putting the time button out there. Now what does this do if you're sitting in Andreas' seat? The longer he takes, is that more likely he has a hand or more likely he doesn't?
Andreas is saying, please just check.
This is what you have to sort out in case he does make a bet here on the river. Can you call him with bottom pair? He is going to bet. Look at this. It's like he just put his opponent on 2 3s, and now he's going to bet $1.5 million to try to get him off of him.
And again, he's sizing it like he might be value betting a queen, Mike. It's again very smart size bet. He's looking like he's got very thin value hand.
Could he have a missed draw or just ace high? Like he does. Look at this.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. He's pulling out some chips.
Well,
we're going to see a check raise, I think.
Gosh. Look at this.
This is incredible.
Kidding me.
Yes.
What a beautiful play by Andreas. He is going to win this pot. In case his opponent had a king or a queen, he was going to get him off of it with that raise.
He's trying to represent the 7, make him fold his king. That's incredible play, Mike.
Just a beautiful play. I agree with you completely. You might not have seen this, Andreas, compared to these other players if you follow poker much, but I can tell you one thing. You see a guy make a play like that, you know he's got game.
That was awesome.
Now he's a health nut, food-wise, fitness-wise. And he's also a beast on the poker table.
And here comes Juan all in from the button with his king 6. Says folds the king 5. But pocket deuces for Andreas. I can't see him folding this. It's
Part 250.
cool here.
I don't know about that. But
you
know.
He does cool.
You know the guy. I mean, the best you're in the race.
Well, so far so good for Andreas. Jack 4-5.
So far the ducks are quacking.
Juan does have a backdoor flush draw with the 6 of clubs. That'll be a smelly way to win.
Yeah, backdoor straight draw too.
Well,
and now he can pair the board again with a jack or a 5 and win the pot as well. So a lot of outs here. Doesn't happen though. So the ducks quack, and that's going to do it for Juan. And even though he's out in 5th place, he showed me a lot today at this final table. The guy can play.
Obviously friends with fellow Spaniard Adrian Mateos.
Thank you.
Wishing him good luck for the remainder of the tournament. And these remaining 4 now up to €204,000 in guaranteed prize money. As we see Juan Pardo leave us in 5th place.
Takes off his microphone. As I said earlier, if you just had some wishes, you wish you could speak all the languages, you wish you're a 5th degree black belt, you just wish these things, and you wish you could play no limit hold'em like these guys at this table.
Yeah, they're not bad at the game, Mike. Andreas flops top pair this time, but no club in his hand. He's scary on a board like this. So decides to check it back.
Yeah, Rainer with the straight draw and the flush draw. And look at this. Both players made a straight, but Andreas has made just a jack high straight. Rainer Kempe with the flush.
Rainer has that 6 of clubs. Expect both players to check again here, Mike.
Yeah, should go check, check, but Rainer might bet the river and get paid off here. I think that's what'll happen here.
River that changes nothing. 3.8 million chips in the pot.
I would bet if I was Rainer here.
He does
wow,
check.
he checks the 6 of clubs. I'm surprised.
I reckon
By checking, Andreas may bet the straight here. Maybe his opponent made a 9-high straight, might pay him off. You almost think that you have the best hand with a straight when your opponent's checked twice. What a good check by Andreas. Yeah.
Losing the minimum there.
I think Rainer Kempe missed a slight value bet there on the river.
I'm with you. I think a small bet there. Mateos in the big blind only has about 15 blinds, I think, so he may well.
We've seen him raise every time in the big blind so far. If a guy limps in the small blind, will Rainer try to trap him here?
Well, that's the question.
Nope, he's going to raise it up himself.
He will raise, but I'm sure you won't be folding.
14 million.
By far the shortest stack though now at the table.
All in.
He does
Oh
move
my
all in.
golly.
Kempe will, I'm sure, call. He
A
does.
snap call by Kempe.
And so it is Mateos at risk
Well.
with 4 players left. King 8, but he's not dead yet, Mike.
He's not dead, but I said I'd be shocked if he moved all in with it.
Well, a terrible start, Mike. Ace in the window, ace, queen, deuce.
Yeah.
No help for
Yeah.
Mateos there.
He's
Down
going to catch 2 runners to win this pot. Doesn't happen. The deuce comes off. He's drawing dead. That's it. Adrian Mateos, our 4th place finisher. What a player. I've got a feeling we're going to see him back at the final table before the week is up.
For sure, we're going to see more of him. I can guarantee you that. Not a bad start to the week for him.
Yeah. Very good start for anybody.
Not what he'd been after, though. This guy plays to win.
1.8 million bet by Andreas. And Rainer Kempe with ace high. I don't see him getting away from it in the 3-handed game. He does make the call. We're going to see a flop here between the 2 chip leaders.
It's a 3-handed game. It's a pair board. You got an ace. Figures you got the best hand a lot of the time.
You go back doors, you go this, you go that. Plus, you know, you're going to may have to face another bet or 2 along the way. Not so easy. Look at this. He's going to check raise. He's check raising.
Well, it's bad timing. Very bad timing because Andreas has a massive hand on this one.
Well, believe me, when you get check raised, King 10 doesn't look like it's that great a hand. Guy couldn't be slow playing 10s, jacks. I mean, jacks, queens, kings, or aces.
Sure
But as you said, he's going to make the call.
Andreas' hand figures to be so few hands he's losing to.
Now, Andreas knows the guy's got 2 pair now.
Yeah, Kempe's going to.
Once he makes the call, he knows he's got 2 pair.
Yeah, I think he'll give up on this
Will
one.
he shut it down? That's the question. When you're the shortest man 3-handed, you're hoping to get it all in and somebody goes busted.
And Kempe does check it now.
I think it'll go check, check here. He doesn't want to get check raised for all the stack in case his opponent does have a 5. He's got an overpair, you're not going to get him out, so why would you bet here?
He just
Well, you
knows
bet
has the
so he
best
doesn't catch
hand.
an ace, that's why.
Maybe he thinks
That's
Kempe
it.
might have a 10 as well, and he knows his king 10 will be way ahead.
me
Hence
tell
the
you.
size of the bet. Looks like a small bet, 4.3 million into 15.
That's impressive, though.
I think he's just trying to
just-
size it here, hoping Kempe's got a worse 10 and he's got value. And like you say, protect against the bluffs that have overcards.
That's impressive. That is just a really good bet. For a guy that gets check raised on a flop, to have the heart to bet again on the turn, I think you have to give it up here if you're Kempe. You tried, just didn't work. He does fold. So Andreas stacking more chips.
First 40 million man. Well, not quite. He's 200,000 short, Mike.
Almost got 40 million, but he's played pretty impressive here at this final table. You got to give him his due. You think he's an underdog against these superstar players, but he's holding his own, more than holding it. Like you said, James, people love Barcelona. The players come out in droves.
It's the one event no one wants to miss, Barcelona. Here goes Andreas. Ace-jack suited this time, raising up again. And Erik with 10-9 yet again.
Well, he's getting to the point. He's got to get it in there. Remember, it's costing you 1.8 million a round, isn't it? How much it costs you to play here?
Definitely a hand you can consider making a move with.
He's just going to call.
He wants to see a flop.
Okay,
Oh, wow, good flop
He's
for
going to
Erik.
get it in now. That's for sure. Top pair.
In 7 minutes' time, we will be on a 20-minute break. At the same time, we'll be racing off.
Now will he check and let the guy make the C-bet before he gets it all in?
Request per player at each table. To buy up the 1,000 value chips from your fellow players.
Nope, goes check, check. Oh my gosh. A nightmare for Erik Seidel. He's got 9s. May suspect his opponent's got aces, but do you fold here with his chip stack? I don't think so. Once you hit any part of it. Well, Andreas is going to bet $3 million here, and Erik in a very tough spot right now. The guy's got an ace or he doesn't. Simple as that. He would have bet an overpair if he had it on the flop. He checked there.
And Erik will, of course, call.
Just makes the call.
11.2 million in the pot.
Doesn't go all in here.
Just 7.8 behind.
Probably.
River of 5.
Well, Erik got the same dilemma now. He's going to check.
How much does Andreas want to bet?
I think with top pair here.
Wow, he checks back.
Check, check.
Seidel will think he's won the hand when he hears the word check.
Yeah. He loved hearing it, but he hated seeing the ace.
So Andreas up to 54 million now. He does move all in.
Well, he can afford to do it.
Well, Seidel's called.
Well,
Seidel has called with ace 10.
Wow.
He is at risk. Andreas has 9-7 offsuit.
Well, great opportunity for Erik Seidel to double up here. He's bided his time well. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Ace 10.
Wow, it's come ace 6-4, but it's 3 diamonds. Andreas has the 7 of diamonds.
That's for sure. It could also backdoor straight. Well, pair of 4s. Erik just has to dodge a diamond. He can't do it. The 9 of diamonds comes on the river. That's going to do it for the poker legend, Erik Seidel, Hall of Famer, out in 3rd place. Well, very unlucky, but we saw Kristen Bicknell get very unlucky when she was all in with 2 jacks against 2 10s for a huge pot early on at this final table, and she lost it. And now Erik Seidel gets it all in with the best hand, and he's out in 3rd place. Mano a mano, heads up play. Many believe the purest form of poker.
Yeah, bad hands to start this one off. Well, Arena with the best of it, King 8 will, I'm sure, defend this raise.
Well, you have to play these kind of hands playing heads up. That's why so many people aren't crazy about heads up, because they're just not comfortable playing these kind of hands. They're weight on premium hands, which you can do in ring games, but you cannot do it playing heads up. Blinds and antes will gobble you up. Your opponent will gobble you up. Your stack will go down. In most cases, the more aggressive player wins the heads-up battles. Andreas bets $1.5 million with just a Jack-3 offsuit.
Again,
and Rainer Kempe, we've seen make some great calls in this spot with Queen High. Now he's got King High. And he's going to give it up.
Very similar to the situation we saw before. We had Ace High on the 10-5-5 board that had the check raise. I thought he might maybe call there with the King High, but decides just to let it go.
Rainer Kempe, what I call a pro's pro. Guy never gets upset, never gets excited. Steady as a rock. Plays superior.
At 17.
Won the 300K super high roller tournament in Las Vegas for $5 million 2 years ago. And a number of good results since then. Yeah, flop king, king deuce here. 4.4 million in the pot.
Yeah, Rainer with the best hand.
Yeah.
Queen High.
He checks it. Andreas checks behind him.
Going for the delayed continuation bet.
We both check.
I check
Is here.
And the booth though do check turn 4. Rainer figures to have the best hand at this stage. It would be suspicious that Andreas checked back instead of betting. He has C-bet nearly every time we've seen Mike, so he might think, why is he suddenly checking? A good change of gears perhaps from Andreas. May sell Kempe the line that he's got a better hand than he does. And checks back again with just the 10 high. He's I don't think he's given up on this. He's definitely got a plan to bluff it at some point. Well, that card's not a very good one for him to bluff.
I think he could get looked up by queen high here if he bets now.
I think for sure Rainer will call queen high.
Just waited too late to make a move here. So Andreas better off just to wave the flag probably. I mean, if by chance the guy's got 7, 8, 9, 10, no, not 9, 10, but 8, 9, you got him beat with 10 high, but
What we've seen of Andreas, I'm not surprised to see him betting.
this the move, it just doesn't make sense. You know, chances are you're going to bet ace high on the flop, and it comes king, king, deuce like that.
Yeah, I think it's certainly, he might check back on the flop, but he'd certainly bet it by the turn.
Well, Rainer had a chance to make a hero call against this guy earlier at this final table. He did not do it. And I think had he thought it out, he would. Can he make it this time with just queen high?
He did call queen high twice before on the flop and turn. But
Wow, don't tell me he's going to lay it down. I can't believe it. I am surprised, I must say.
he was just suspicious, I think, because Andreas has not really checked back any time so far, and then suddenly starts checking back. Once an opponent does something different to their normal, it arouses your suspicion on your big blinds.
I would think so.
Here it is.
It is all in. I think it'll be called.
Yeah, there's no way Andreas is folding this. He'll ask for a count just to make sure, but he'll be calling with ace 9. And there we go.
Yep, he's called it.
It is Andreas and Rainer all in. Andreas has the best hand. If ace 9 holds, he will be the champion of our 25k super high roller. Of course, if Rainer Kempe were to double up here, they'd be basically even in chips, Mike, and a real battle on our hands. Doesn't look like the man who's got it in with the best hand, does he? Doesn't give too many emotions away, Andreas.
Well, there are a number of hands that can be tied where they split the pot. But as the cards lie, he's got the best hand. You got to love it.
Well, 10-3-3 does improve the split chances quite a lot there, Mike, as you're mentioning. The 10 and some high cards.
If 3 or 10 comes off, it'll be a split pot. Obviously, 2 more cards to go. 2 paints, it'll be a split pot.
Yeah, any high card, but a low card is very bad news. Still a high card or a 6, a 10 or a 4. Otherwise, Rainer Kempe will be eliminated in second. Andreas will be our champion. And the river, Mike, is the 5 of hearts.
Well, that is going to do it. Andreas Eiler takes down this title. Well done by him. And let me tell you, the 3 guys that finished in second, third, and fourth are all-star poker players. This guy should be proud of this title.
Yeah, I mean, he's beating heads up there. Rainer Kempe, who can't be too upset. He managed to navigate his way through that final table and secure a €450,000 payday as he goes off to greet his girlfriend, Maria Ho. He won't be too upset with that, you see. He's okay with it, but obviously would have preferred to win the tournament.
Pretty standard play heads up to move all in with the ace high there. I think you have to do it.
Nothing he could do, and we see there Eiler finally seeing some smiles on him.